Welcome back to ClojureRank. Solving another HackerRank problem today in Clojure. This is a pretty easy one. The problem is just we have two arrays of strings, and the first array of strings is called string list. The second array is the queries, and we need to return an array that tells how many times each of the queries appears in the string list. Pretty easy problem, but it gives an opportunity to showcase a few different nice features of Clojure that allow us to solve problems like this in a pretty straightforward manner. So here's how I'm going to do it. The overall structure of the solution is to create a dictionary of keys will be the strings in string list, and the values will ultimately be the number of times that each string appears. So to do that, I'm going to use a thread last macro, and you'll see what the thread last macro does is it's often used on sequences because the convention is functions that take sequences will often have the sequences as the last argument. So a string list is going to be passed as the last argument to the next form in the thread last, and then the result of that form will be passed as the last argument to the following form in the thread last, and so on through each form at the top level of the thread last. When I say thread last, I mean the double arrow right there pointing at string list. So string list is going to be the last argument to this group by. It's not going to work to do constantly one. It needs to group by the strings themselves so that we can count each string. Identity is a function that just returns whichever was passed into it. And when we pass that to group by, it's going to make a group of, each group is the things that are identical. Identity, identical. The argument to this map function here is destructuring. The function is going to receive a vector with two elements for each element in the dictionary, because that's what happens when you call map on a dictionary. And then we can count the number of repetitions of each repeated element in the values, since we grouped by identity. And the map returns a list. Map always returns a list, even if it's an empty list. So then to turn that back into a dictionary, we'll use into to turn it into a dictionary. Once we've got the dictionary of counts, what needs to happen is to do a single iteration over the queries, and this mapping is going to return the number of times that each query appears in the string list. We simply have to look it up in the dictionary. It's possible that there's queries that don't appear in the counts because they didn't appear in the string list, and in those cases we'll provide a default of 0. Just pull up the example problem, make sure we got it right. Just turn these into two lists of strings. That's the string list and the queries. We'll paste it in. Yep, now we run it on the full test suite, see what happens. Success, great. So yeah, quick problem today. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something. I very much enjoy sharing Clojure and sharing this knowledge with anyone who wants to learn about it, so thanks for watching. I'm going to put links below to some books that you can use if you're interested in learning Clojure, and please go ahead and subscribe to this channel so you'll be notified of any new videos like this that I come out with. I'm producing them on a regular basis. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on the video. Thank you for watching.